Hey guys, Sabriel here. Today we're gonna be talking about Puyo Puyo Tetris that has just been released for the Nintendo Switch. Another new console, another Tetris game. Stick around for the AltChar review. Puyo Puyo Tetris is developed by Sonic Team of Sega, the illustrious creators of Sonic the Hedgehog, Nights into Dreams, Choo Choo Rocket, and Phantasy Star Online. In the 90s, this development team reigned supreme and was never heard of since. Hold on a minute.
Hello?
Hey, it's me. I'm just reading the script and this can't be right.
What's the problem?
You're saying that Sonic Team have done nothing since 2000?
Yep.
So we don't talk about Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic, and the Black Knight and Sonic Free Riders?
Correct.
Why?
We need the PR relationship and review codes. Don't forget not to put any Persona 5 footage in any of the videos. We don't want to get sued.
God damn it. Puyo Puyo Tetris was first released for the Nintendo 3DS, Wii U, PlayStation Vita, and PlayStation 3 in Japan in February 2014. Versions for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One were later released in Japan in December 2014. The PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch versions were released worldwide in April 2017. Western audiences will immediately recognize the name Tetris and understand what the gameplay involves because we have all been playing the same game since 1984. Puyo Puyo will be new to a lot of people as there hasn't been a Puyo Puyo game released outside Japan since Puyo Pop Fever in 2004. For the sake of clarity, in Tetris you move tetrominoes around to get 10 blocks in a line so that they disappear. Shower, rinse, and repeat. It's simple gameplay but heavily addictive and part of the popular culture around video games. So much so that there have been psychological studies into the game that has led to the coining of the term Tetris effect, for people devote so much time and attention to an activity that it begins to pattern their thoughts, mental images, and dreams. Puyo Puyo is still also a puzzle game but works differently. You match different color Puyos so that 4 of the same line up and explode. It sounds simple enough, but playing the game is incredibly complex, as to be really successful you have to create large chains for combos and more points. Pro tip, if you're playing this game online against a Japanese player, you've already lost. The game is heavily ingrained into their collective video game unconsciousness that you stand no chance. Even though this is a puzzle game, there's actually a story mode. The worlds of Tetris and Puyo Puyo are being combined into one. You play as characters from the Puyo Puyo world and Tetris world as they seek to discover the cause of this. You do this by playing games of Puyo Puyo and Tetris, sometimes to defeat enemies but mainly to calm down each other. Apparently beating a 6-foot tall anamorphic chihuahua at Tetris is how you calm him down. Who knew? The story mode is unfortunately one of the problems with the game. The plot isn't really gripping and exposition is done by still pictures with text, typical of Japanese games. The main problem is that they constantly repeat many plot points over and over again. It doesn't really further the story and just seems to stretch out time. For many points in the game, I was sitting there just going, okay, I get it, can I please play Tetris now? Luckily, there's a wealth of game modes to keep you occupied. Players are getting value for their money with this game. There's the standard modes of playing a game of Tetris or Puyo Puyo on their own, but there's also the option of playing them combined in swap mode. After a set time, the game swaps from Puyo Puyo to Tetris and vice versa. Players can perform mixed chains by clearing Puyo or lines before swapping and then chain with the current field. A great mode that ensures that you don't just play Tetris the whole time. In Fusion, Puyos and Tetrominoes are dropped into the same puzzle field, allowing for mixed chains when clearing Puyo Puyo chains and Tetris line consecutively. Tetrominoes sync down, with any color Puyo appearing back above. This is the most confusing and batshit crazy mode I've played. I put a fair few hours into this and still I can't figure it out. The complexity is astounding, but it's good to know that there's a mode I can work on. Big Bang mode is like a quick challenge mode to test your reaction times. If the players fail at clearing a field, they'll be given a smaller stack of Puyo or Tetrominoes. If they succeed, they're given a bigger stack. When time expires, all the garbage created will form a Big Bang. The player who generates more garbage will damage others, and when a player's field shatters, the player is eliminated. The last player standing wins the match. Party mode is all about the special items. It's a standard versus game of Tetris or Puyo Puyo, but by clearing these items you could get a special attack or performance enhancements. There's infinite lives, so this one is all about score chasing. It's this wonderful mix of different modes that keeps the gameplay exciting for players. All of these modes can be played online and offline up to 4 players, and if you don't have any friends, the AI is actually quite good with a range of difficulties that makes the game easy or challenging. And now it's time for a ubiquitous video game rage. This edition is supplied by the collective consciousness of competitive Puyo Puyo Tetris players. The Rage Quitters and its leaderboard system. It's 2017 in video games. Now I know that sounds like a bit of old hat, that because of the year things should be some sort of way, like it's 2016, Donald Trump should be saying this. Well, he does, but I hold the video games industry to a higher standard than the President of the United States. Anyway, if you create a game that has a leaderboard and rank play, you better do something about the Rage Quitters who don't want to hurt their score. You get in a game and it's first to 2, right? And you demolish this and win the first point, annihilating them. I mean, it's bad. You're Theresa May and they're Jeremy Corbyn. It's gonna be brutal. And then all of a sudden, boom, connection dropped and it's gone. You don't get the win for that. You just lost out and engaged in video game masturbation, twiddling your hands and thumbs for no real purpose or achievement. There's no word if there's a penalty system and they're gonna put all the Rage Quitters together. You're just You busted your ass out to get all the Tetrises back to back, clear the board, and there's no reward because they run away like a fake to a buffet. Seriously, fix the Rage Quitters. Marvelously said. I don't normally talk about the interface of games, but an award needs to be given to this one. On the first title screen, there's the option to go into the full menu or just play a game of Tetris, Puyo Puyo, or Fusion. Perfect, it's simple and effective and shows that developers know what the players want. If you just want to play a game, you'll be in less than 30 seconds. The controls of the game work well on the Switch, whether in docked or portable. There's no lag and you always feel like you have complete control. You put a piece the wrong way, that's on you. There are different preset layouts you can pick, but unfortunately no option to fully customize the button mapping. The graphics of the game are wonderfully bright and clean, using a solid anime aesthetic. However, due to the actual gameplay of the two puzzle games, you don't really get the chance to enjoy it. There are different backgrounds, but these just blur around your vision as you are focused on the puzzles. Thankfully, they aren't impactful enough to distract you from your game. You can unlock different designs of Puyo Puyo and Tetraminos as you play the game. This nice little feature ensures you will be getting the visual cues that work for you. The music of the game is a basic affair, nothing too memorable. It just serves the correct purpose of blending into the background and not offending your ears. This also applies to the general sound effects and voiceovers in the game. Each character has a unique voice and phrases when they're performing combos. After a hold, you'll become attentive to these and recognize what they mean. This allows you to not have to check to see what monstrosity is going to happen. If you hear someone shout Tetris, you better be worried. Puyo Puyo Tetris is a great game to have in your Nintendo Switch library. It has fantastic gameplay that does not need tweaking, just little extras that Sonic Team have done a good job of. This review is based entirely on the Nintendo Switch version, which actually costs more than the PS4 version. The Switch version is £35 and the PS4 version is £22.92 on Amazon at the time of making this video. Honestly, buying a Tetris game for over £30 in 2017 is a bit much to ask. This game really should be the same price as the PS4 version, as it is the same game. The only benefit of the Switch version lies in the console itself with the portable mode. So 27 years after the release of Tetris on the Game Boy, you can still play Tetris on a Nintendo console while sitting on the toilet, as God intended. So that would be our review of Puyo Puyo Tetris. Let us know in the comment section below, what do you guys think of this game? And please make sure to head over to AltChar.com for much more content like this. Thank you very much for watching, and this is Subriel, and see you in the next video.